Today's topic. So today's topic of discussion, that is, you are going to discuss factors that have enabled globalization. Factors that have enabled globalization. Clear? Globalization. Right? So if anybody asks what is globalization, you know very well. Globalization is the rapid integration of markets of two or more than two countries. Clear? In which there is free flow of goods and services via trade. Isn't it? This is the definition of your globalization. So the major factor that enable globalization is your technology. Clear? Technology, it is very important. Technology. Clear? And earlier we had seen that in many countries, due to lack of technology, your quality of the products, they were underestimated. Clear? And there was, you can say, people's, they just only, it has a very medium class quality. Clear? And it has created a great loss either in transportation or in business or in trade. Clear? When technology is added to your globalization, it made it more efficient. Multinational companies became more and more efficient. So we can say that rapid improvement in technology. पहला क्या हुआ? Technology improved rapidly. ठीक है? Technology improved rapidly. Clear? It improved rapidly. Example, how? For example, in transportation of cattle flesh, okay? Cattle flesh, right? Earlier from South African countries there was transportation of cattle flesh, okay? So what they had done, they had to load the cattle directly into the ship, understand? And then this ship had to travel more than 1 month along Atlantic Ocean, and finally when these cattle reached its amount of flesh decreased. Clear? So there was a loss of loss of flesh, quantity of flesh during this travel, understand? So finally what happened, we have seen that your companies, they were in loss, understand? Suppose they had purchased 500 cattle of, you can say, $10, means $1,000, understand? And when it reached to the Caribbean islands, clear, when they slaughtered it and whatever meat came, it was only of $100. It means there was a loss, isn't it? So what they had used, frozen container, frozen ship, frozen refrigerator, frozen meat, right, was transported by refrigerated ship, right? Your refrigerated ships were made in which meat could not spoil for 6 months, isn't it? That's why here we have seen that frozen meat was transported from South Africa. It was slaughtered there, and then its meat was it was collected in a refrigerator, long, means very big refrigerator, understand? And it had been transferred, and in this manner traders had a great profit. So here role of technology played an important role, isn't it? Technology have played a very important role here, right? So we can say that technology is very important. Second thing is containers for transport of goods. This is first example, and second example, containers. Containers for transport of goods. Clear? It is also another technology, transport of goods. Clear? Containers are used for the transportation of goods. Means you have got a special shaped container which could be loaded on the ship without any loss of space. Means maximum containers, they could be loaded on vessels and finally it could reach towards destination, you understand, with full amount. There was no loss of space, and lot of quantities could be transported from one place to another. Clear? So in this way, you have got its transportation. And third one is ICT, information and communication technology came into existence. Means your orders, whatever orders were there, they were placed on internet, isn't it? And its payment, it was also done by payment gateway. Understand? Means online banking. Clear? Now nobody had to go to place order, and nobody had to go for collecting your payments. Means there was a lot of, yes, there was lot of time saving. Clear? So in this way your trade became more efficient. Understand? It earlier it was time taking, but right now it is time consuming, and your time is totally utilized, and you can utilize your remaining time in another you can say business, isn't it? So your technology, that is information technology, it has provided a very important facility via satellite. Here it is done via satellite. Satellites used to supervise it. Understand? It provides data to internet. Understand? So in this way, your information and communication technology, it has enabled globalization. Means it has increased the speed of globalization. Understand? It has stimulated the ideas of people in large, you can say large amount, and people became more efficient by using this technology. Earlier, we had to just meet with each other. We had to do campaigning, isn't it? Now there is online campaign, isn't it? Many people, they are connected with the internet, and via various social media you can advertise your products easily on internet. Even you can do your marketing via online, isn't it? We can do online marketing also. Understood? So this was the important facility that was provided by telecommunication department. Understood? That is information and communication technology. Clear? So information and technology, it has produced such a good result that if there is a magazine, London magazine, okay, magazine of London magazine, clear, is designed, right, and composed in Delhi, right? It is designed and composed in Delhi, and finally by air it is transported to London, and it is circulated in London. So what happened? In India there are cheap labors. Clear? That's why this magazine owner, he hired Indian people. Understood? And he was connected with internet. Understand? And on internet it had placed order. Okay? That this is our website. You click over it. You take our designs, and on behalf of this design you have to compose news articles. Understand? You have to compose such pictures. You have to, make a collage of such pictures and arrange them in magazine so that it becomes more attractive. Clear? And finally, what they does? This type of printing press is of special type. Understand? It is not commonly used. Our books, they are published on ordinary offset printing press. Understand? But magazines, understand, they are quite shining pages. They are having shining pages, isn't it? It has 3D effect. Clear? Why it became in such a way? Because of offset laser printing press is used here. For printing magazines, there is advanced technology used in printing press. That is offset laser printing press, and it is quite costly. Understood? That's why your books are not published with that printing press. Otherwise, your books will cross the rate of 1000 per book. Understand? If your books are published with that printing press, laser printing press, it will become more costly. And guardians, they will stand their hands. It is very costly. We cannot purchase such costly books, isn't it? What happened? That's why only magazines are published with that one. A cartoon is published in this one. They are telling that it looks like a very nice magazine, right? Why our textbooks are not published in this manner, isn't it? We are very hardly used to study it because NCERT books have very poor publication, isn't it? And they are printed. Sometimes they are not means legible. We are unable to read sometimes some pages because of its low quality, right? So your NCERT books are published with this offset simple printing press. Printer means the printing press used in newspaper. Clear? That's why it is happening. Clear? So after that we will talk about liberalization of foreign trade. Liberalization of foreign trade. Foreign trade and what? Foreign investment policy. Foreign investment policy. Clear? This one. So question comes, what is liberalization? Clear? Means tax on imports is an example of trade barrier. You had studied trade barrier क्या होता है? The tax imposed on transactions, that is whatever you are exporting or importing, you have to pay some tax. ठीक है? तो tax on imports is an example of trade barrier. Understand? If you are importing something, you are getting something from another country, then it becomes trade barrier, right? And it is called a barrier because some restrictions has been set up by government, isn't it? Government has provided some restriction. It has provided some obstacle. Understand? It has provided some resistance so that products could be so that you could limit your import. Otherwise, you will import everything from foreign, and your foreign exchange will reduce, right? And every country wants to earn foreign exchange, and you are going to deplete your foreign exchange. That's why government always brings trade barrier. Understand? On import. Clear? So what happens? There are some countries, right? They remove trade barriers or instructions set by the government. Okay? So removal of trade barriers or restriction, right? Or restriction on import is known as import by a government. Clear? By a government, right? is known as what? Liberalization. This is called liberalization. Here, when government remove trade barrier or restriction on import, earlier you had been limited import. Clear? For example, you want to import various food items from Brazil, such as sugar. Clear? Earlier government had imposed trade barrier. That's why the cost of sugar was high, right? And second thing, it was given a limit. Understand? You had been limited that only a particular limited quantity can be imported. Means only 500 quintals can be imported or 600 quintals can be imported. This was trade barrier. But when government removed this trade barrier or restriction, then you can import any amount, isn't it? Any quantity, right? And you can import in large quantity. Clear? And at cheap rate. When tax are removed, then your sugar will become very cheaper, isn't it? So what will happen? You can make lot of import and export easily, isn't it? So this process is known as liberalization. So removal of trade barriers or restriction, clear, on import by a government is known as liberalization. This definition everybody write down in your copy and learn it. Understand? Otherwise you will forget. Write and learn. These words are very simple. In books you will get long definitions and it will be complicated. So try to learn easier one. Understood? So within 2 minutes I will ask one by one this definition. So learn it. Liberalization, the definition of liberalization, you have to learn word by word. Clear? And raise your hands. The students who have learned, they can raise their hands. This is a very important definition. Yes? Which one? Restriction. ION. Restriction or import by a government is known as trade barrier. And another definition, WTO, an organization that liberalize an organization that liberalize international trade, international trade, right? This is called World Trade Organization. This slide also you have to learn. An organization that liberalize international trade is known as World Trade Organization. Both definitions you have to learn right now within 3 minutes. Okay? And raise your hands, one who has learned. quotas? What are quotas? Very important. Clear? To fix a limit on exports and imports. To fix a limit on import and export, right? To fix a limit on export and import of goods by the government, of goods by government. This is known as quotas. Understand? Very important definitions. To fix a limit on import and export of goods by government. Clear? This is called quotas. To fix a limit on import and export of goods by government. Clear? Then comes one more term, flexibility. Flexibility. Clear? Flexibility, right? Giving relaxation. Giving relaxation. Clear? Flexibility means giving relaxation in trade and labor laws. In trade and labor laws. They are also important. Just learn it. If anybody asks what is consumer, what will you say? What is consumer? Consumer. An individual who buys goods and services. Here, the individual who buys goods and services is known as consumer. Clear? Anybody ask who is consumer? What is consumer? You have to say an individual who buys goods and services. Clear? Yeah. And one of the very important term is special economic zone. SEZ. This is very important term. Okay? Its full form is special economic जोन, सेज बोला जाता है इसको, ठीक है? इनमें से जरूर आएगा ये जितने डेफिनेशन सेज SEZ स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन, राइट? इंडस्ट्रियल जोन, राइट? इंडस्ट्रियल zone which has been set up by government, right? They are industrial zone which has been set up by government of India to attract foreign companies of India, to attract foreign companies, right? invest. Foreign countries to invest. Clear? To invest. That is called SEZ, Special Economic Zone. Says. Okay? Understood? These definitions tomorrow I will ask everyone. Learn it. Now we will discuss WTO, World Trade Organization. Clear? This is very important term and it is generally asked in exam. Right? It is one such organization whose aim is to liberalize international trade. इसका aim क्या है? Aim to liberalize international trade. Right? This is the aim. In exam, it may ask, what is the aim of WTO? 1 mark question. You have to write to liberalize international trade. Understand? The only aim. Clear? So it started at the initiative of developed countries. WTO established rules regarding international trade. ठीक है? इसका वर्क क्या है? To establish rules, right, regarding international trade. Clear? International trade. This is the work of WTO. If anybody asks what is the work of WTO, you will say to establish rules regarding international trade. Clear? And when it was established on July. ठीक है? Established on 1 July. No, on मतलब date is not fixed. Established in July 2016. ठीक है? Yes, international रहेगा. That is international trade. Clear? It was established on July 2016 with 165 countries. With 165 countries as a member. Understood? 165 countries became its member. Just imagine what a great impact. Clear? So we can say that WTO is supposed to allow free trade for all. It has given free trade to all. Understand? There was no tax at that time. It is seen that developed countries have unfairly retained trade barriers. WTO क्या करती है? ये unfair means यूज करके ट्रेड बैरियर्स को रिमूव कर देती है. ठीक है? वो ट्रेड बैरियर पे ही नहीं करती अगर कोई गवर्नमेंट ट्रेड बैरियर लगाती भी है. Understood? So WTO rules have forced the developing countries to trade barriers. इसके जो restrictions है, rules है, इसकी वजह से जो भी developing countries है, if they have imposed trade barrier, these WTOs they force them, they pressurize them that remove your trade barrier. Understand? ये होता है. And in this way, an example of this is the current debate on trade in agricultural products. ठीक है? इसका क्या है? Debate on trade practices. For example, USA क्या है? It has very big wheat growing sector in Argentina. ठीक है? तो वहाँ पे जो है गवर्नमेंट does agricultural activity in USA, not like India. USA and Russia, there are government bodies who perform agricultural activities. Clear? That's why when they are going to supply to any country, they can decide their own rate because government provides subsidy in all sectors. Understand? That's why the products from USA they can be exported at any rate. There is no restriction, because it would be the loss or profit of government only, not individual. But in India, farmers used to grow crops. Everybody had their personal properties. They used to sell this surplus food grain to government, and then government supplied this food grain to another country. It means farmers will never suffer any loss, isn't it? They want the full profit. But in USA there are no farmers. There is no interest of farmers. Only government is investing. So they can supply at any rate. Similarly in China, they can supply their products at any rate. That's why Chinese products comes to India at very cheap rate. US products, they comes to India at very cheap rate. But Indian government, when it is going to supply these products, because in India there are individual property of everyone. They have private property. That's why they have to supply their items at high rate. Otherwise, our farmers, they cannot gain any profit if we supply at low rate. Isn't it? Then what will happen? Indian products, they are dumped in the market, and remaining countries' products, they are sold at large scale. So whose profit is here? Those countries whose products are selling in large scale, they are becoming profitable, and India, it is suffering loss. In similar manner, many other countries are also there. That's why the rule of your trade barrier, the rule of international trade, understand, it was disobeyed. Clear? And there was no profit for India in this sector after development of World Trade Organization. So WTO is not obeying any law. This is exception case, and it is a matter of hot debate in international market. Why WTO is not following any law and orders, any rules? They should make some rules, but because WTO are established by superpowers, clear, financially stronger countries, that's why they have their own rule. Understand? So this is a matter of debate on trade practices. Clear? Because Indian government, they are purchasing food grains from their farmers. So farmers will sell their products at high rate, isn't it? You are listening the case of peasants of Punjab and Kisan Andolan. You are listening, isn't it? What is happening at Delhi? In the border of Delhi, the peasants of Haryana and this one, Haryana and Punjab, they have done you can say demonstration. They are performing demonstration. Why it is? Because of against this order, law and order. Government is going to make some special law for farmers, right? So that in international trade, our country does not suffer. But farmers, they want their individual profit. They told that we should be profitable. We don't know how it happens. That's why they are disobeying this law. This is the matter of issue. Clear? So this is international matter. Clear? And in India, if your agricultural sector goes in the hand of government, no role of farmer should be there. Government should perform agricultural activity, isn't it? Government should provide every type of input, either HYV seed, pumping set, irrigation system, your seeds, insecticides, pesticides should be supplied by government. Understand? And people should do collective farming, isn't it? Means the people of a particular Ambedkar Nagar, the whole field, it should be collective. Everybody should work who are interested in farming activity, and government should supply every input. Then whatever production comes, that should become government's property, and people should be distributed equal quantity of ration, equal quantity of food grain, what are their requirements, isn't it? Then what will happen? Now government of India can supply or export its products at any rate, because government has invested. It can sell its product at any rate. It doesn't matter. But The case of our country, our agriculture system is that everybody have private holding. Land has been distributed among individuals, family members. So everybody wants profit because they are not doing government services. That's why they want profit, large part of profit. Understand? But here in international market, our country is suffering, isn't it? And those countries where there is agricultural activities in the hand of governments, they have different systems, isn't it? There means food grain can be given to everyone according to their requirement. How much you will eat? At a time you will eat a limited quantity, not full 1 quintal, isn't it? You will eat only a limited quantity. So according to your requirements, food grains could be issued by the government and you collect it and enjoy your life, isn't it? And secondly, and there is no need of buying anything or selling anything. You will get all commodities from the mall, from the shops. They should be government. So what is the use of holding? Means nobody can do black marketing in this case. As right now, people used to do black marketing. You have seen the cost of potato, the cost of onion. It has rised up. Why? Because of shortage of onion in the field, isn't it? So the people who had hoarded this item, they have raised the price and they are selling at high rate. 45 rupees per kg your onion rate, isn't it? Why it is so? It is because individuals are growing and individuals are deciding its rate, isn't it? That's why inflation are becoming hyperinflation. It becomes hyperinflation. Inflation, महंगाई. Okay? That is called inflation. Understood? It rises up. Right? So, and it becomes hyperinflation when this tomato or your onion becomes 145 rupees per kg. It was a time when tomato was sold at high rate, and very costly they were. Why? It was hyperinflation, right? Means जैसे blood pressure होता है, hypertension होता है. There is some hypertension. In this manner, we can say that it is happening. Clear? So, debates takes place in this free and fair trade. Means we should have a free and fair trade. Understood, everyone? Then comes impact of globalization. Right? We will discuss impact of globalization. Period over. Well,